Good morning, Crafty Peeps. Welcome to our fourth and probably most likely our fifth Craftology box tutorial. I'm thinking about combining two today in the same video to make it easier on y'all. So, what I was thinking is making a birthday invitation. And actually, I videotaped this and then it blinked out and did not save it. So, unfortunately, I can't recreate it exactly for you, but I'm going to tell you exactly how I did it, and it's super duper cute. So first of all, I use this little gate card envelope that you're going to get in your Craftology box kit. And what I did was I took the little birthday charm that you're going to get, and I just backed it up with some foam tape, okay? And then I took the tulle and I actually cut the strip in half, and this is about 13 inches, okay? And then I just tied it on here super easy. Then you open up, and this is like a little birthday invitation. I thought it was really cute. So it says party till you pop, and I did make a flower for it, but I haven't put it in there yet because I'm waiting for it to dry. But I thought that this would be super duper cute using my stickles from a previous Craftology box. I used this is a 5x7 card envelope in general, or card, shall I say. It's a card slash envelope, so it's all in one, which is really neat. I basically used a black piece of cardstock that was cut down to 6 7/8, which is 1/8 inch below the 7, so one line below the 7, and then 4 7/8, one line below the 5, okay? So that's really easy. And then I just had some decorative edges. I was making some rosettes and I decided to save the leftovers. And so I basically took one of the decorative edges and I put it underneath. You can't really see it all that well, but that's okay. No big deal. It still just breaks up the monotony of the paper. Then I took several foam dots. I did 4 at the top, 4 down the bottom, 1 large one in the center, but I would probably go with 2 large ones, 1 here, 1 here. And then I did, again, a small one here and a small one there. So basically you have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 little foam dots, okay? Really super simple, easy. And all I did was take one of my cards that are already pre-made, which is awesome. They are in our Craftology box, the little paper kit. Had pre-made, and I know you can't really hear me. Hold on. I'm trying to find the paper. Oh, and here they are. Sorry. Okay. Have these really super cute, I believe they're 6x4 or 4x6 little journaling cards, which are super duper adorable and easy to make quick birthday cards. So I wanted a more masculine birthday. Well, this is actually unisex. So I saw that it had the red balloon in here. Again, my confetti dots behind there had the dots in here. And then for the flower, this is really super easy, and I'm going to show you how I did that real fast. So all I'm going to do is I got out a piece of foam, and then I used one of my clay things. I got these from Joann's, okay? But I did put a listing on Scrapbookers from Amazon that you could purchase those at. And all I did was take my smaller flowers. So say you want to do just like a solid black one. I'm going to do black and red. There we go. So for my first one, I basically start out at the edge and bring it in. And I just do that all on all little star sides is what I call that. And then for this one, I start in the center and I roll my way out. And it automatically just kind of circles out. Now, I'm not worried that this is going to flatten up. I'm not worried about it because these were flat flowers to begin with. I'm just giving them a little bit of shape. I'm going to take my art glitter glue And just do a little dab on the back here and center it. Okay. Then with my stickles, I'm going to make these little points that look like they would on a flower. So, or dollops. That's the best way I could, call it, is a dollop. Kind of like what you would do in a cupcake or a cake. So I just squeeze it and I start down, right down in the center. Well, hold on. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I start out in my center. Sometimes it's easier to hold this down with something else. Okay, so I'm going to start out in the circle in the center and just pull up. Down and up. Down and pull up. Down and pull up. And this is making those little dots that kind of look like the center of a flower. And I just keep on going until I feel like I have as many as I would need. That looks good. So I don't know if you can see this, but it actually has like a little dolloped edge to it. Kind of pointy. I don't know if this camera's really going to do it justice. But anyway, I'm just going to let it dry, and that's what I'm doing with this one over here. And then I'll just use my art glitter glue and attach it to the card. So it's like that easy. And then all I did was push these down, took my tool, evened it up, tied one little knot, and then made a little bow. And then I fanned it out. Oops, hold on. It worked for me so well a minute ago. Of course, when I want to show you, it's not going to behave. And then all I did was just fan these little ends out. Fluff it up a little bit. I have a lot of glue stuck on my hands. I apologize, and now it's making a mess on my card. Ugh. Okay. And I pull that out a little bit more. Center it up. Move this out of the way. And then this made it really easy with a little foam dot on the back. You could glue it down a little bit if you wanted to, but I didn't want to do that. Because they could easily just slide this off too instead of untying it. That's probably the better way to go about it. And this little baby is stuck here. It's too big. Come on now. Okay. Hello, I'm back. So one of the things I absolutely love making is little wands, okay? And I think these are perfect for craft fairs. I had made several for a craft fair and they sold like that, okay? I mean, little girls absolutely love these. And this one was fairly simple to make. I just used some sequins that I had in my stash, a straw, some ribbon and some seam binding ribbon, okay? So we're going to sort of make the same sort of thing, but a little bit different with using our items from our Craftology box. And I have a couple items that are not from my Craftology box, such as this star die. I'm using the largest star die, and this is a Kaiser Craft decorative nesting stars, okay? And that's, I purchased these on Amazon, and I do have a link that I will put down below if you're interested in getting these. You will need a sheet of 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, or you could use 12 by 12. For me, I decided to use my paper from our collection. It has the stripes on the back, and then it has this cute little star design on the front, which I really love this. I used my stickles from our past Craftology box, and all I did was just do tiny little dabs in there. So while I'm waiting for that to dry, I can go ahead and make a rosette. And I've shown y'all this before, but I thought we would just do it together real quick. For this one is going to be 6 inches in diameter, which means that I need mine to be 3 inches. But because I'm doing a decorative edge, I'm going to cut my paper at, or I'm going to score it at 3 1/8. And then I always flip it around to make sure that it's correct, 3 1/8. And then I can use this as a belly band for another project. So we're going to get out our cutter, and I'm going to use my dolly, which I love because it gives really nice, precise, nice edges on my paper. So, and I don't want to cut exactly on the bump line. So I'm going to hide that little section and cut. And do the same on this one. And now I'm just going to put this to the side. I'll use that for another project. So they should line right up, and if they don't, fix that, because it will affect when you're, you know, make sure they're pretty darn even. This is as close as it's going to get. So now what I like to do is go ahead and use my edge die, which, hold on, oops. Okay, sorry about that. Whew. Okay. I'm so glad that Tammy Vollen decided to let me keep this little punch die. It's my absolute favorite. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and start, you know, punching my edge. I just butt it all the way up there to the edge. And then to keep an even line here, I just line them up and punch. Oops, I missed one. Hold on. I knew I should have gone back one. But I just line up my circles to the silver. It's pretty easy. And I'll just go all along just one edge of this. Okay. Then I'm just going to do the same thing again with my other side. Sorry, just clean up my little trash there. And I'm doing these a little bit, I'm going over them twice sometimes, only because I want to make sure that I don't have that one left over that I need to go back and take care of. So it's okay. As long as I line it up pretty well, it'll work out okay. Okay. Now I can just take this off and wipe that into the trash. And then I'm going to, with my doily side down so that you don't crush it, I'm going to just do 1/2 inch scores. And I always go over the same score twice. So, and you want to make sure that you're going to use a cardstock that will not crack. Because when you're doing this little accordion fold, sometimes that will happen, especially on paper that's where they glue two pieces together to make it a heavier cardstock is what I often see. So I'm just going on every 1/2 inch. So we're at 9, 9.5, 10, 10.5. And I'm going to repeat the same thing over here. 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5, and so on and so forth. We're almost at the home stretch, 10.5. Okay. Then I just get out my score mat. It's just easier for me to fold on a score mat, that's all. So I just always start off, and then I put this side down, up, down, and just keep going back and forth. And in between there, I like to flatten it out with my bone folder to make sure that it doesn't bunch up too much into my hands. And often I like to do this. So if I butt it up against my score pal, oops, must have been off somewhere. It pretty much, you know, folds really easily. So I'm going to burnish that in and then go to my next one. Doing the same pattern of accordion folding. Like I can tell when it's getting too much bunched up in my hands, I know to flatten it out. Okay, burnish it again. Now this is what I like to do. I see a lot of people butt these two edges up together. I don't like doing that. I really like to glue it together. So I'm going to get out my art glitter glue. You could use your tape, either one. And then I just kind of line those two up. And if you have any, oh, whoa, oh no, I just did a boo-boo. Good thing I just caught that. You want to line the two scallop sides up together. Oh my goodness. Good thing I caught that before it was too late. And you just wipe off any excess glue. And I like to actually burnish it in. Make sure it's going to stay. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to come around the bend. And I'll have to re-glue this because it's already pretty much drying. It's not dry yet, but it's close. Then I do the same thing on this one. I'm just going to hold it in my hand and kind of burnish it. Okay. And then make sure you get that crinkle fold in there. Okay, so this is where I get out my glue gun. I can put this to the side for the moment. And my little edge here. Now, I have my little scallop side. I want that on the outside. So I just basically take all of these, and you know what? I forgot one thing. Hold on. I get out my 1 little inch circle punch and I punch one little, okay. Alrighty then. Okay, so basically I just gather these together in the center and then I just push it down. Is it not that easy? It is. Then I take my little piece here and I do a little dollop of hot glue in the center. Okay, and I know this gets a little complicating. Sometimes tweezers helps. If you don't have tweezers, I guess you got to use your fingers, which, there's my tweezers. I really prefer using those so I don't burn myself. And then I just hold that down for the moment. Okay. And then I'm going to come back, okay, and I'm going to add a small amount of glue down there, maybe a little more, just till it closes. And I'm going to hold that there until it dries. I'm just kind of holding it flat. My glue is really oozing out today. Does that sometimes. Okay. I'm just going to glue down the little edges that I missed while I'm waiting for the center to dry. Let's see if I've got another little wing up here. I do. Let me get that glued down too. So I'm just going to keep on holding that down. Sorry, I'm going to get a little drink of my Dr. Pepper. And it looks like I need a little more glue. For some odd reason, my paper's eating it up today. What's up with that? How interesting. Okay, so I'm just going to keep on holding this, and then I'll be back when it dries, or I will actually fast forward it till it gets dry. Sometimes it helps if you put it by a fan or something like that and hold it there. That's up to you. Okay, so with my little star, I went ahead and brushed around the edges with my brushed corduroy. And then I used, of course, my stickles and I let that dry. I did stickles just on the stars, just tiny little dots. And then, of course, I have my little pinwheel right here drying over here. It's all actually pretty much dry as it is, so we're doing good. So I'm going to keep that off to the side. Now, I did apply 1/8 inch score tape around the edge of my star because I'm thinking about creating a little fringe that's going to go around it. So I'm going to take some of my tulle that you get in your kit, and I'm going to do about a 3/4 of an inch line approximately. Or cut, shall I say, strip. And I'm just going to basically pleat this around my star. So I'll start off showing you, and then I'll go off camera and complete it. So I basically take my side that is not so pretty, and I push it down a little bit with my bone folder, and then I just kind of go back on top of the same area that I did to make a pleat. It's so easy to do. So I want to see if this is what I like, okay? And sometimes you can take your glue gun and mash it down a little bit to make sure that it's actually going to stay. And that's what I do. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to like this. So I'll just keep on making my little pleats and then use my glue gun to apply a tiny amount of glue and let that dry on there. And I just kind of like press it down, if that makes any sense. And then I'll just continue on, and then I'll be back when I'm all done. Okay, so we're back. So I just want to show you, like, this is how it should look on the back. And I did kind of go around with my scissors and trim some of the ends. Like, I see that this got a little bit of glue on here. So I'm going to, just trim it off. Sorry, I'm not doing it on camera, but my trash can's like right over here to the side. So I figured I would just go ahead and do it over there. Okay, so anyway, I don't know how I got glue gun strings on here. But anyway, you might want to clear off all your glue gun strings before you start working with this tool. Okay, so I did get some of my foam dots out again. And this, you don't have to do this, but I'm going to. I'm going to go ahead and kind of get my star to pop out a little bit, okay? And I'm going to stack them up. And I might do another one in the center so I don't have anything bubbling in there or caving in, shall I say. Okay, and then for me, you can decide whether you want to have your thing in the front, okay, which it would end up looking like that, or you could do it underneath on the back, okay, and then wherever you put it, you're going to place it, somewhere. It just depends on how big you want your wand, how long you want it. And I'm thinking I want mine pretty long, so I'm going to go ahead and glue it to the back. So I'm going to just do a strip with my glue gun. And I know I've shown tutorials for wands before, but I just thought this one was cute. So I thought I'd re-show it to you and do a little bit of a different one, with a different shape. You could even do a heart for Valentine's. That's completely up to you. And then I'm just going to center, whoops, I want to make sure that's dry first, on the back, your wand, and then center it. And again, I'm going to try to get these little glue gun strings out of the way. There we go. So far it's looking really super cute. Now I'm going to get out my stickers. I am going to let this dry, okay, because it is going to kind of take a minute or so to get it to dry. But in the meantime, I thought, you know what, let me get out my stickers. And I saw some little stars in here. I also saw some of these cute little swirlies. And we're going to find out if these are going to look cute on there. Why not? That one just tore. Maybe I can hide it underneath. Oh yeah, that's going to be cute. Let me get out my tweezers because sometimes these things get stuck in there and you can poke them out. And again, I'm going to use a little bit of my glue. Because I really want it to stay on there. Oops. Stay. What is that? There we go. So I'm just going to keep on going around and adding stars. And like I said, I just really like to use the art glitter glue. You don't have to. I just like doing it. I think it's turning out super duper cute. And for some odd reason, these stickers really like sticking on there, so that's good. Hopefully I'll have one more around here. I don't see one on here, but I do need another star. So I think I'll use this light blue one. And here's a pink one. Maybe I won't use pink. There's like no pink on here. I guess I'll save that for another time. Okay, let's see here. So I need one more little swirly. Hopefully there's one on my other set of stickers. Uh-oh, and there's not. Oh, goodness. Wonder if I can use this little note in place of the swirly, because it is kind of swirly looking. I don't know about that. Okay, I'm going to move this little star, and I will put the music note on here, just because I'm out of swirlies. So that might be something you might want to keep into consideration when making this. And then I'll move this star. Down in there or something like that. There we go. I think it's looking so cute so far. Okay, so if you want to put happy birthday on here, that would be super adorable. For me, I like giving it that rounded effect, if that makes any sense, and it's not going to work for me on that one. But I really do like this happy birthday on here. Okay, I guess we'll just do it like this. I'll put a little bit of glue there. And then just run a little glue here. And if you really want to sit down, you know, on there, you could take this edge with your glue gun and then put a little drop of hot glue there and hold it down. And I'll do that with the other side. Stay still. Oh, it's looking so cute. Okay, so I've got a couple more things I want to do. I'm going to go ahead and get some tulle again. And I'm going to cut off a little strip. I'm going to cut it in half again. Or you could just use your seam binding ribbon for this part. That's up to you. And I'm cutting off about an inch. And I may double that up and do another inch. Just so you can see it a little better. I don't know if I made this one long enough. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do because I want it a little bit longer. I'm going to go ahead and tie these two ends together. And then go ahead and tie it on here. Or you could glue it, whatever you want to do. I'm going to go ahead and cut these little pieces off. Again with those dang glue strings. Okay. I'm going to do a little dab of hot glue right there so it'll stay in place. And then I'm going to get out my seam binding ribbon. And I think I'm going to do red. I'm just going to cut off a few inches to make a double-sided bow. I'm going to get out my favorite Zetter bow at all. Going to line them up. And make my bow. And I'm just going to approximate, you know, try to get it in the right area where they're lined up. They look even when I cut it. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue it on here. And I'm going to glue these so that they're kind of close together. One big old dollop in the center. And adhere it. Is that not the cutest? I think I might actually add another one of these on here. And then I think it'll be ready to go. You could even make these tails shorter if you want to, which I think I'm going to do. I kind of like the shorter tail. Anyway, well, I hope you all like this. It cut me off again. Anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful day. I hope you liked the tutorial, and I will see you on the next one. We've got one more to do, and then I'll be able to show you my finished birthday tag book too, so, or card book to hold my cards, and because I don't think y'all have actually seen the finished project yet. So I will see y'all later. Bye.